So Epic Games decided to run an experiment the first weekend of this season. They added ranked, solo, zero build mode, which has never been in the game before. They say they're just testing the waters to see if this is going to become a permanent game mode, to see if there will be enough of a population of players to really keep it alive. For what it's worth, I went ahead and got in there, got busy, and dropped 2 solo dubs in the same stream. And in doing so, I finally figured out the meta of this season. So I'm going to go ahead and show you these 2 wins, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a tier list. And the tier list is down in the description, by the way, if you want to do your own. But with these mythics in the game, the meta is pretty diverse, depending on what you can actually get your hands on. There's a base set of weapons, and a special set of weapons on top of that. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below what your go-to loadout is this season. If you are subscribed, turn those noties on, and share this video with someone you love. The guy got a rifle, so I'm not going to contend him. He's got the much better item there. Okay, good. I decided to make space and own it. And then now I can get in on this guy. What the hell, bro? Is there 2 NPCs out here? There is. So I guess the real person split. He went over there. Like to the northwest. Ooh, this thing kicks a little bit. I gotta control that. This guy for real? Okay, that guy did not have a plan. Aw, yeah. Yeah, this one is more reliable. It doesn't have mythics, but it is decent loot.
1 eternity later.
Oof, why am I getting so much packet loss, bro? It's like not stopping. That's the thing. It's just packet loss all day. It's just a matter of how much packet loss right now. God, bro. That bush. Just lost him in the bush. Someone shot him from the top. Yes, baby! Get that ranked win! Let's go! Woo! Had to work for it. Had to work for it. That's for damn sure. Can't see me from both sides. Time to retire her already, I know. Well, what's her alt styles look like? It's just other colors, right? You know, honestly, I think I got it with the best one, just straight up pizza. And that just means I can keep progressing. Right now, I'm keeping up with the battle pass. First day, got the solo win on this guy. Second day, got the solo win on her. And now I have to level up a bit and then get the fish stick win. Visual says, give us Siphon back. Tired of getting kills and then getting third-partied. I mean, they do give you back your overshield. I don't know. It doesn't feel as powerful. You're just so much more exposed in zero build is the thing. Like, if you've taken a lot of damage in your fight, and then someone just turns around and just... You're pretty much... You have no way to fight back. You're pretty much dead. Yeah, Breadchan, just the weekend. It's an experiment, and I'll tell you why. Because it's actually not getting that many players. It probably has 8,000 to 10,000 players. Regular build ranked is drawing 300,000 people. People are playing that, and they're playing the hell out of that. I just think, like, the average zero build player is just looking... They're more of a casual player. They're not a competitive person, probably by their nature. That's why they want to play this one. They don't want to sweat their ass off in builds. wow, dude, he whipped and hit me for such a big shot. Holy bejesus. Solo no build should be a given. Fortnite has to contend with every creative map that's in the game now. So if one of the official game modes of Fortnite is languishing at like 8 to 10,000 players, like think of Team Rumble right now. Team Rumble gets like 6 to 8,000 players. It exists for people to do challenges. They don't talk about it. They don't acknowledge it. It's just there, you know? It's just there, taking up space. Ooh, oh, we definitely need the shockwave launcher. Drum gun is okay, but shockwave launcher, oh my god.
5 minutes later.
He stole my kill too. Ah, so annoyed. Wow, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You had to die. You don't understand how much you had to die for me to live. And I hold nothing against you, except for the fact that, oh. That truck guy, he wanted it. He wanted that piece.
Thousands of tears later.
Oof, all of this is like really bad. We want everyone to play past us. That's the only way we really win this. And save our shockwaves. We cannot use these before the end game.
A few moments later.
I need to go now, though. Let's go. Let's go. Played it patient, baby. That's 2 solo ranked victories in the same stream. I think we're figuring out how we're supposed to play this season of Fortnite. Alright, so we've had the weekend to try out the new season, and I figured out what's good and what's not. I've created a tier list, link in the description down below, and I'm going to briefly go over the strategies you're going to want to use with each of these weapons, because the meta has really changed this season. I know it's kind of clickbaity to say, but the meta is definitely different this season, and you're going to want to pace yourself better, and you're going to want to fight a little bit different. Overall, this meta seems to favor long-range aim, spraying, and movement the most, and in that spirit, we start with the suppressed sniper rifle. Definitely one of the best weapons in the game. This thing can one-hit KO, and that's invaluable. They take the snipers out every other season, it seems, so anytime it's in the game, definitely try to pick it up. Next, we have Thermal DMR, which is decent. It has a couple perks that really benefit it, but I think it's an alternative weapon just because it's tap fire. It's not really going to reach its full potential in the current meta. Then we have the Twin Mag AR, which I think is the best AR you can possibly pick up. It's definitely better than the DMR. It has a little gimmick where every other magazine will reload extra fast, so make sure that between fights that you're reloading the correct way so that you get to use that in the middle of your fights. This makes the Havoc AR one of the worst weapons in the game. By having no scope and a lot of bloom and having a very long pullout time as well from your shotgun, this weapon has virtually no place in your loadout, and it will get you killed using it. Next, we have the Scoped SMG, which I think is actually way better than the Combat SMG, and I'm going to put it in the best category. Though I don't think it's better than the AR at the AR's job, it's still very good for holding down opponents, and if you pair it with the sniper, you got a very deadly combo. Combat SMG, I'm going to put it as an alternative, or actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put it in the worst category, as it seems. It's not truly a bad weapon, but when you compare it to the suppressed pistol, which I think has a generally the same DPS, but way better round collection, you're going to be getting more kills with this pistol. Now, Infiltrator Pump Shotgun, despite saying it's a pump shotgun, is worse than the Sharp Tooth by about 20 points of damage every rarity. So I would honestly put this as the worst shotgun in the game. I try never to pick it up unless I have to. Sharp Tooth has sailed ahead, and I would put it as an alternative. It's not the best shotgun in the game. If you're a build mode player, it's the shotgun you're going to be picking up, but since I'm a zero build guy, most of my audience is zero build guy, I'm going to use it as an alternative because there are better weapons for the distance gimmick that it gives you. The true best shotgun of this season is the Maven shotgun, if you can believe it or not. If you can get a blue or higher rarity of this, you're going to be hitting consistent 70s or 80s, and that's the most you can ask for from any of these shotguns, really. The difference is, you're going to be hitting them much faster with this Maven shotgun. So I would definitely recommend picking it up, giving it a shot. You might find that your win rate goes up just with this one simple change. In terms of the exotics this season, the Breacher shotgun is probably the worst. It's lost most of its utility. It doesn't really break down walls anymore, and it does about the damage of the Infiltrator, but there's a much higher demand on your aiming skill. So I'm actually going to put it under the Infiltrator. The Slap P90, pretty good alternative. Probably not going to beat the scoped SMG with this weapon, but at the very least, it lets you have infinite run. Shadow Tracker Pistol, as the name implies, lets you track your enemies. It gives you an effect similar to Bloodhound with the DMR. Now, this is a straight upgrade over the suppressed pistol. I might even put this as the best. If you can't get your hands on a good scoped SMG and you have the opportunity to get the exotic pistol, it's a decent trade-off. And the last exotic is actually the best exotic, and that's the exotic Maven. It's the gold plus. When you hit people with this, you get the chili effect, so you're actually moving faster, you're doing more damage. It's an odd season where the exotic version of a weapon type is the best choice in the entire class. Now we go from one of the best things in the game to one of the worst things in the game, and that's the Firefly jars. You're probably going to throw them as soon as you see them, and not everything even lights on fire in this game, so let's put them down in the worst. Crash Pad Jr. It's very small though. I found that you can actually miss and do a lot of damage to yourself. It's not as cushy as the regular Crash Pads. You can get them through a perk though, they're very easy to acquire. I'm gonna skip 2 shockwaves and put these in the best because they're obviously the very best movement item in the game. There are no restrictions. You throw it down, it spits you up. You are limited by how many you have in your inventory, but again, there's perks that are going to let you get more shockwaves, so it's no worries on that front. Rocket Ram is the new gimmick movement of this season, and it has a bit of a charge time, but it takes you about as far as 3 to 4 shockwaves. It's really, really powerful. And when you land on someone, you don't do that much damage, but you do knock them back. And if you're lucky, this can even get you an elimination, or in odd cases, get you the victory. This is a decent alternative in movement, and I actually think it's a 2 movement season. So I would really be carrying this Rocket Ram and a stack of shockwaves if you can. Porta Bunker is still good. Bottom of alternative. The problem with it is that if someone hits you with this Rocket Ram, your Porta Bunker is pretty much useless. The Briefcase Turret. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't know if I'll be taking it out of my drop spot, but it has gotten me eliminations. It does track enemies, and it will take out their cover too. But honestly, above all these, except the Rocket Ram, I'm gonna put the Remote Explosives. C4 is back in the game, and it's better than ever. Considering the way Zero Build Mode works and how important cover is, this might get you wins. It'll definitely get you eliminations. And now we've moved on to the Mythics. Very interesting. And the way that Mythics work is that you get into the vault and you will have your choice of 2 random Mythics. And because of that, I'm not going to rank them against each other. Rather, I'm just going to put them in a list from best to worst. Starting with the absolute most game-changing, it's the Shockwave Cannon. Now, it really does work exactly like the Shockwave, but because there's 6 rounds in the chamber and it runs on rocket ammo, you can actually hold 13 charges of this in a single shot and keep recharging them as you play the game. Problem is, there's not a lot of rocket ammo on the map. However, this is still the very best movement item in the entire game. Anytime it's there in the game, you should try to get it because it's virtually free wins. Right below that, we have the Mythic MK, and the MK is just flat out better than the Twin Mag Assault Rifle. It's so godly. It's a laser, there's no bloom, there's no kick. This thing will turn noobs into pros. Right under that, I'm going to put Midas's Drum Gun, because this thing has a very big magazine, and it hits for quite a bit, 25. It's not as powerful as it used to be, but if you put this on your enemy and spray, you're going to mess them up. Changing direction, I want to put TNTina's Boom Bow, because in Zero builds, cover is everything. This has the function of the Lever Explosive Repeater from last season. So you're going to be hitting people behind cover. It's more of a sniper though, but give yourself time. Hit those headshots. I'm not sure if it's a one-hit KO myself. I have not used it. But if it is, my god, it might even go further up the tier list as the season goes on. Now the next 3 are kind of odd, but I guess I have to put the Charged Shotgun in there next. Simply because of its headshot potential, this thing can destroy you if you hit a headshot, and now you're not going to want to use this in build mode, but in zero build, this might actually have some potential to shine. And below that, I think Gunner's SMG has to go next. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is in a season with so many scoped weapons, and if I recall correctly, Gunner's SMG had worse kick than the legendary version of it. However, I think the ray gun is just at the very bottom because it's an SMG with charge time. I've never been able to really use this properly or insert it into my loadout. I think it's just too clunky. Now, I know you see this Chug Jug, and believe it or not, it is a mythic, but I wanted to save it for last. It takes 15 seconds to use, gets you all the way to full health and shield, but it never runs out. In the beginning of the game, this is very good. If you're caught behind Storm, this is very good. But realistically, you are not going to carry this into endgame. So I'm going to have to put it just above these three weapons, which I feel don't really have much of a place. When it comes to heals, Slurp Juice is definitely still the best. Last season, they also added the new Slap Splash. It only heals you for 15 health, but it does give you the slap ability, infinite run for a short period. Under that, you're going to have the items that let you heal on the run, which is your regular Slap Juice and your Med Mist. Then you're gonna have your fish, and I know I only have shield fish, but that's representative of both of them. And then at the very bottom are the shield items and health items that take time to use. I see a lot of people carrying these over some of the better items, and in truth, even if you only get like 1 or 2 Slap Juice or 50 on a Med Mist, it's gonna be much more effective to keeping you alive than a shield potion that you have to stay still and drink. The problem is, in a season with this much movement, people are going to chase you down as soon as they hit you, and they are not going to stop coming. So you need heals that you can use very quickly, like the fish or the Slurp Juice, or things you can use on the run, like these three. But until the next Fortnite update, that's everything. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If this tier list helped you out, be sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what your go-to loadout is this season, and I'll catch you all in the next video.